Hello, hello, English learners. Welcome to the Easy English podcast from English Life Channel, your go-to place for learning English through real, everyday conversations. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Alex.
Alex, how are you today?
I'm good.
No. How are you really?
Honestly, I don't know how to answer that.
What makes the question difficult?
I know I'm not completely okay, but I can't find the right words for what I'm feeling.
So, what do you usually say instead?
I'm fine.
Even when you aren't?
Especially when I'm not. It ends the conversation before I have to explain something I don't understand myself.
Do you think you're sad?
Not exactly.
Angry?
No.
Tired?
A little, but it feels like more than just physical tiredness. I looked at everything I needed to do this morning, and even the smallest task felt difficult.
So, you can feel it, but you can't name it yet.
Right. The feeling is big inside me, but when I try to explain it in English, my answer becomes very small.
Then you don't have to force one perfect word. You can say, I'm still processing how I feel.
I'm still processing how I feel. That sounds honest without forcing me to explain everything immediately.
And one honest sentence is enough to keep the conversation open. You're not the only one. Yesterday, I put my keys in the refrigerator.
Your keys?
Right beside a carton of milk.
Sarah, most people put their keys on a table, in a bag, or near the door.
I know. I wasn't trying to create a new storage system.
So what happened?
I came home after a difficult meeting. I walked into the kitchen, opened the refrigerator, put my keys inside, closed the door, and stood there for a few seconds.
What were you trying to get?
I still don't remember.
That is not a good sign.
It was a sign that my mind was still in the meeting. I kept replaying one moment.
What happened?
I was explaining an idea I had prepared carefully, but someone interrupted me. I tried to continue, and the conversation moved away from my idea completely.
Were you angry?
A little, but anger wasn't the whole feeling.
Embarrassed?
Partly. I suddenly became very aware of myself. I started wondering whether my idea was foolish, whether I had explained it badly, and whether everyone could see that I had lost confidence.
You became self-conscious.
Exactly. If you feel self-conscious, you become very aware of yourself because you are worried about how other people see you.
Before the interruption, you were focused on your idea. After it, you were focused on yourself.
That is exactly what happened. I noticed my voice, my hands, and even the expression on my face.
Were you making a strange face?
Probably. That did not help.
So, how would you describe the whole experience now?
I could say, I'm still processing the meeting. I felt caught off guard and discouraged when I was interrupted.
Caught off guard means surprised and unprepared for what happened.
Right. And discouraged means you begin losing confidence or hope because something did not go well.
That answer already gives me more than, I feel bad.
I can make it even more useful by adding what I need. I'm still processing the meeting. I felt discouraged when I was interrupted, and I just want to talk it through.
So, a natural answer can include the feeling, a little context, and what you need.
Right. But it does not have to become a speech.
What would you say to a coworker?
The meeting was difficult, but I'm managing.
And to a close friend?
I felt discouraged after I was interrupted, and I'd like to talk it through.
Same experience, different amount of information.
Because honesty does not mean telling everyone everything.
Let's give everyone an early practice. Think of one moment that surprised you emotionally.
Complete this sentence. I was caught off guard when...
Then add one short response. I'm still processing it. Or, it made me feel discouraged.
Keep it simple. One honest sentence is already progress.
But what if you know you are worried and still cannot choose the right level of emotion? That happened to me this week.
What were you worried about?
I submitted a project on Monday, and then I had to wait for feedback.
How long did you wait?
3 days.
That's not extremely long.
It was 3 years in emotional time.
What did you do while you waited?
I told myself I was calm.
Were you calm?
Not even slightly. I kept refreshing my inbox. Then I closed my email because I wanted to look relaxed.
Who was watching you?
No one. But I wanted to look relaxed for myself.
Did it work?
No. I reopened the email about 40 seconds later. I also moved a notebook, a pen, and a small plant around my desk.
Why?
I don't know. Apparently, when I'm worried, I become an interior designer.
Were you terrified about the feedback?
No. Terrified would be too strong. I was uneasy, worried and uncomfortable because I did not know what was coming.
You defined that very well.
Thank you. I have been practicing by living through unnecessary stress.
So, how uneasy were you?
On the first day, I was a little uneasy. By the second day, I was pretty uneasy. On the third day, I was really uneasy.
Those small words change the emotional volume.
That's the difference. A little uneasy is mild. Really uneasy is much stronger.
And terrified would suggest real fear.
Right. I might be terrified if a barking dog ran toward me. I would not be terrified because a coffee shop was out of muffins.
You would still be deeply disappointed.
Finally, someone understands me.
So, what happened when the feedback arrived?
That is the interesting part. It was mostly positive.
Mostly?
There were a few changes to make, but the person said the main idea was strong.
How did you feel?
Relieved and slightly embarrassed.
Embarrassed about what?
About how much time I had spent imagining a terrible response. I had created an entire disaster in my mind before reading one sentence of the actual feedback.
So, you felt relieved because the response was better than expected, and embarrassed because you had worried so much.
Right. Relieved and embarrassed at the same time.
That happens often. Real emotions do not always arrive one at a time.
Sometimes they arrive as a group and don't introduce themselves.
You might feel happy and nervous, proud and uncomfortable, relieved and tired, or excited and sad.
That reminds me of your job offer.
Which one?
The new role you were offered last month.
Ah, yes.
You were happy about it, but you didn't look completely happy.
I had mixed feelings.
So, what do you mean by mixed feelings?
If you have mixed feelings, you have different feelings about the same situation. Some may be positive and some may be negative.
You had been offered a better role. What was the difficult part?
The new position gave me more responsibility and a chance to grow. I had wanted an opportunity like that for a long time.
So, you felt excited.
Very excited. I also felt proud because someone trusted me with the role.
But
accepting it meant leaving the small team I had worked with for several years.
you liked that team.
I loved working with them. We understood each other. We had built routines together. I knew who needed quiet in the morning and who needed coffee before answering questions.
Everyone needs coffee before answering my questions.
That is different.
Fair.
When I received the offer, I opened the email and smiled. Then I read it again, closed my laptop, and sat there.
Why did you close the laptop?
Because suddenly the decision felt real. I thought, this is what I wanted, so why don't I feel completely happy?
Did you feel guilty?
A little. I knew leaving would create more work for the team until someone replaced me.
Did you feel sad?
Yes, I was sad about leaving something familiar.
And still excited about the future.
Right, I was torn.
Torn sounds strong.
It can be. If you feel torn, you have difficulty choosing, because different parts of you want different things.
So, you were not unsure about whether the new role was good.
No, I knew it was a good opportunity, but part of me wanted to move forward, and another part wanted to stay where I felt comfortable.
That structure is useful. Part of me. But another part of me.
Yes. You can say, part of me is excited, but another part of me is nervous.
Or, part of me wants to accept, but another part of me is worried about the change.
You can also say, I have mixed feelings because I'm proud of this opportunity, but I'm sad to leave my team.
That sounds more natural than choosing only one feeling.
And more honest. Sometimes we pressure ourselves to feel the emotion that seems appropriate.
Such as, this is good news, so I should only feel happy.
Right. Or, I made the decision, so I should not feel uncertain anymore.
But a decision can be correct and still feel difficult.
Exactly. You can be grateful and tired. You can love someone and still feel frustrated with them. You can enjoy a trip and still miss home.
You can feel relieved that something ended and sad that it is over.
That is a good one.
Thank you. I have emotional range.
Quietly.
Of course. Let me test this with a real decision. I'm thinking about changing apartments.
Give me both sides.
Part of me wants more space, but another part of me will miss my neighborhood.
Good. Now turn it into one complete sentence.
I have mixed feelings about changing apartments because I want more space, but I'll miss my neighborhood.
Now think of a change in your own life and try the same structure. Part of me feels, but another part feels.
You do not need to choose only one emotion when two emotions are true.
And you do not need to explain every detail to every person.
But what if I'm not fine and I still do not want to explain the reason?
Then you need language that is honest and private at the same time.
I needed exactly that after receiving some difficult family news one morning before work.
I remember that day.
I did not feel ready to discuss it, but I also knew I was not acting like myself.
You were quieter than usual.
Yes. A coworker asked, "Is everything okay?"
What did you say?
At first, I almost said, "I'm fine."
Were you fine?
No, but I didn't want to share private family information at work.
That is understandable.
I thought honesty meant I had to choose between telling the whole story and pretending nothing was wrong.
But there is space between those two choices.
I learned that. I said, "I'm dealing with a personal matter this morning, but I appreciate you asking."
That is honest and private.
Exactly. The coworker understood that something was happening, but I did not invite more questions.
What could you say if they asked for details?
Maybe, "I'd rather not get into it yet."
That is clear. I'd rather not get into it yet means you do not want to discuss the details at that time.
I would worry that "I'd rather not get into it" sounds rude. Does the tone change it?
Yes, a calm tone and a little appreciation soften the boundary. Thanks for asking, but I'd rather not get into it yet.
Or, "It's a family matter, and I'm not ready to talk about it."
Exactly.
Later, you asked me how I was doing.
And you gave me a little more information.
I said, "I got some difficult news from my family, and I'm still processing it."
That told me more because we have a closer relationship.
Then I called my brother that evening.
You probably said much more to him.
I did. I told him what had happened, what I was worried about, and what I thought we should do.
One situation, 3 versions.
To a coworker, "I'm dealing with a personal matter."
To a close friend, I received difficult family news and I'm still processing it.
To a family member, the complete story.
The closer the relationship is, the more you may choose to share.
Learners sometimes worry that a short answer is dishonest.
But a short answer can be completely honest. It's been a rough morning, may be enough.
Rough is useful there.
Yes, a rough morning is a difficult or unpleasant morning. It does not explain exactly what happened.
So, "It's been a rough morning, but I'm managing."
Very natural.
"I'm managing" means the situation is difficult, but I'm continuing and handling it as well as I can.
Exactly. That is useful at work because it is honest without becoming too personal. You can also say, "I'm not at my best today, but I'll be okay.
What if someone asks, "Do you want to talk?"
You can accept, decline, or delay. Maybe later, not right now, but thank you. I'd appreciate that. All three are natural.
This makes emotional English feel less like a test.
It should not be a test. The purpose is communication, not confession.
That is important. You do not owe everyone your complete emotional history.
And you do not need an advanced word to create a boundary. Simple English can be very clear.
Okay, test me.
Give me 3 versions of the same difficult morning.
To a coworker, "It's been a rough morning, but I'm managing."
To a close friend?
"Something happened at home, and I'm feeling distracted."
And to a family member?
I may explain the full situation if I'm ready.
Good. Now think about one situation from your own life. Keep the coworker version private, the friend version more personal, and the family version as detailed as feels comfortable.
Naming the feeling helps, but what if the other person responds in exactly the wrong way?
You mean they start fixing the problem when you only want them to listen?
That sounds oddly specific.
It is.
I admit it. Sometimes someone tells me about a problem, and I immediately start offering solutions.
You do.
I think I am helping.
Sometimes you are. Sometimes the person only wants you to listen.
How am I supposed to know?
You can ask,
Ask what?
do you want advice, or do you just want me to listen?
That is very direct.
It is, but it can save both people from frustration.
Did something happen recently?
Yes, I met a friend for coffee after she had a disappointing experience at work.
What happened?
She had applied for a promotion and did not get it.
That must have been difficult.
She was discouraged, and she wanted to talk. I started listening, but after about a minute, I began suggesting things she could do.
You became me.
It was a difficult moment.
What did you suggest?
I said she could request feedback, update her resume, take a course, speak to another manager, and begin looking for new opportunities.
That is a lot of advice.
I had a complete plan.
Did she want a complete plan?
No. She looked at me and said, "Could you just listen for a minute?"
How did you react?
At first, I felt slightly embarrassed.
Because you thought you were helping.
Yes. But then I realized she was not rejecting me. She was telling me what she needed.
What happened next?
I put down my coffee and said, "Of course. Tell me what happened."
And you listened?
I did. After she finished, she said she felt better.
Did she ask for advice later?
Yes, but first, she needed space to express the disappointment.
That phrase, "Could you just listen for a minute," is useful.
Very useful. The word just softens the request. You can also say, "I'm not looking for advice yet. I just need to say this out loud."
That is clear without sounding ungrateful.
Right. Another useful beginning is, "I could use."
Such as, "I could use some advice," or "I could use a little reassurance."
What does reassurance mean to you?
It means words or actions that help you feel less worried or uncertain. I might say, "I'm nervous about tomorrow. I could use a little reassurance."
You've got it. You can also ask for time. "I'm upset and I need a little time before we continue this conversation."
Or space. "I care about this, but I need some space to think."
Some people hear space and think the relationship is ending.
But it can simply mean you need a short period without pressure.
People sometimes say, "Leave me alone," when they really mean, "I need 10 minutes to calm down." Those sentences can feel very different to the listener.
"Leave me alone" can sound angry or rejecting.
While "I need 10 minutes to calm down" gives the person information and a time frame.
It also suggests the conversation may continue later.
That's what matters. A need is easier to respect when it is communicated clearly.
Test me.
Ask for listening.
"I'm frustrated, but I'm not looking for a solution yet. Could you just listen?"
Ask for reassurance.
I'm feeling uncertain, and I could use a little reassurance.
Ask for time.
I'm still processing the news, so I need a little time.
Those answers do more than name a feeling. They guide the conversation.
Think about a difficult feeling you sometimes experience. What usually helps? Advice, reassurance, quiet, practical help, or time?
Complete this sentence. I'm feeling, and I could use.
My example is, I'm feeling uneasy about the feedback, and I could use some reassurance.
Mine is, I'm feeling discouraged, and I could use a few minutes to talk it through.
Clear, simple, useful.
But even when you know the right feeling, your frustration can come out before your explanation does.
I may have personal experience with that.
You definitely do.
Last week, I had a terrible commute.
I remember, you arrived carrying your bag like it had personally betrayed you.
The bus was delayed, then it started raining. Then the customer service app told me my request could not be processed.
That sounds frustrating.
I was irritated.
Irritated means slightly angry or annoyed.
By the time I arrived, I had very little patience left.
Then I asked whether you had brought the notes for our meeting.
And I said, "Can you stop asking me questions for 1 minute?"
Your tone was sharp.
It was. The sentence itself was not terrible, but the way I said it made it sound like you were the problem.
What did you do next?
I walked 2 steps away, put down my bag, and realized what had happened.
Then you turned around.
I said, "Sorry, that came out harsher than I meant."
That gave you a chance to explain what you really meant.
That came out harsher than I meant means my words or tone sounded more severe, angry, or unfriendly than I intended.
You also clarified the real problem.
I said, "I'm irritated because the commute was difficult. I'm not irritated with you."
That helped immediately.
I was still in a bad mood, but at least I stopped making you responsible for it.
That distinction matters. Sometimes we are angry about a situation, but our tone makes another person think we are angry with them.
You can say, "I'm frustrated with what happened, not with you."
Or, I'm sorry I was short with you.
Short with someone means speaking impatiently or unfriendly because you are annoyed.
You might say, I was short with you earlier, and that wasn't fair.
That includes responsibility.
Yes, repairing a conversation does not mean pretending you were not upset. It means explaining your feeling without blaming the wrong person.
What if the original feeling was about the person?
Then you can still repair the tone while keeping the message. For example, I still need to discuss what happened, but I'm sorry for speaking so sharply.
So, the apology does not cancel the concern.
Exactly. You can say, that came out wrong. What I'm trying to say is...
That gives you a second attempt.
And second attempts are part of real conversation.
Especially in a second language.
Absolutely. Learners sometimes think every sentence must be perfect the first time.
Native speakers restart sentences constantly.
We say, that's not what I meant. Let me say that differently. And, I didn't explain that well.
Those are useful communication tools, not signs of failure.
Okay, Alex. Suppose you said, you never listened to me, and then realized it was too strong. How would you repair it?
That came out harsher than I meant. I'm feeling unheard today, and I'd like a chance to finish what I'm saying.
Much more specific. Now, repair, leave me alone.
I'm sorry. What I mean is that I need a few minutes to calm down.
Good. Say the first repair sentence slowly.
That came out harsher than I meant.
Now add the clarification.
I'm frustrated with the situation, not with you.
These sentences can protect a relationship during a difficult moment.
We have talked about several uncomfortable feelings. Can we talk about a positive one?
Yes, something happened recently that made me feel quietly happy.
Quietly happy?
I received a message from someone I worked with several years ago.
What did the message say?
She told me that during a difficult period in her career, I had encouraged her not to give up.
Did you remember doing that?
Not clearly. I remembered the general period, but I did not remember the exact conversation.
What did she say about it?
She said one sentence I had shared stayed with her. She had recently started a new job and she wanted me to know that my encouragement had mattered.
How did you feel when you read that?
At first I said, "That's nice."
Only nice?
That was the first word that came to me, but I read the message again.
Then what?
I felt touched.
Touched means emotionally affected by kindness, care, or something meaningful.
Exactly. I felt touched because she had remembered something I had almost forgotten.
And quietly proud would mean you recognize that your words helped without showing off.
Exactly. I also felt relieved.
Why relieved?
Because sometimes we try to support people and never know whether it helped. Her message showed me that the conversation had mattered.
So, you felt touched, proud, and relieved.
3 positive feelings in one message.
What did you do after reading it?
I saved the message.
You didn't immediately reply?
I replied later. First, I sat there for a moment and let myself receive it.
That is important. People sometimes rush past positive feelings.
Yes, we often analyze discomfort carefully, but describe good moments with one small word: nice.
How was your trip? Nice. How did you feel after finishing the project? Good.
Those answers are not wrong, but sometimes we want to say more.
Such as, I felt touched by what she said.
Or, I was relieved when the appointment went well.
Positive feelings can be mixed too. You can feel proud and tired after completing something difficult.
And positive feelings do not have to sound loud. You can simply say, "I feel good about how I handled that," or "I'm quietly proud of myself."
Give everyone a challenge.
Think of something small you handled well recently. Maybe you completed a task, stayed calm, asked a question, practiced English, or kept a promise to yourself.
Complete this sentence. I feel proud of myself because.
My example is, I feel proud of myself because I followed up after the difficult meeting.
Mine is, I feel proud of myself because I asked for clarification instead of pretending I understood.
Okay, enough explaining. Let's use these phrases in a real conversation.
Challenge accepted. I'll begin. You are my coworker, and I notice you are quieter than usual.
Okay.
Sarah, you seem a little distracted today. Is everything all right?
It's been a rough morning, but I'm managing.
Do you want to talk about it?
Not right now, but I appreciate you asking.
That was brief, honest, and private.
I did not say, "I'm fine," but I also did not share personal details.
Let's make the relationship closer. Now I'm your friend.
Go ahead.
You've been quiet since you arrived. What happened?
I received some difficult news this morning. I'm still processing it.
Do you want advice, or do you just want me to listen?
Could you just listen for a minute? I'm not ready for advice yet.
Of course. Tell me as much as you want.
That feels easier because we both understand what the other person needs.
Now test me.
You have been invited to a dinner where you will not know many people. How do you feel?
I'm excited to meet new people, but part of me feels nervous about walking in alone.
What could help?
I could use a little encouragement before I go.
Feeling, context, and need.
You announced the formula.
Quietly.
Fair enough.
Now you're the person who speaks too sharply.
A role that comes naturally to me.
I was going to say that.
Sarah, why didn't you send me the document?
I sent it yesterday morning.
Well, I didn't see it. You should have checked.
Alex, that sounds like you are blaming me.
You're right. That came out harsher than I meant. I'm frustrated because I can't find the file, but I'm not frustrated with you.
I can send it again.
Thank you. I'm sorry I was short with you.
Repair complete.
That felt realistic.
Because people sometimes speak before they understand what they are feeling.
Or they understand the feeling, but aim it at the wrong person.
Exactly.
One positive situation?
How did you feel after finishing your course?
I felt relieved because it required more time than I expected.
Only relieved?
No. I also felt quietly proud of myself.
What are you proud of?
I wanted to stop several times, but I continued.
That is worth recognizing.
Thank you. I could use a small celebration.
What kind?
Dinner, maybe a muffin.
The muffins have returned.
They never left emotionally.
Before we finish, let's look at how a small answer can become more natural.
Okay, ask me something.
How are you feeling about tomorrow?
Honestly, bad.
Can you be a little more specific?
I'm feeling a little uneasy because I don't know what to expect.
Much clearer. Now, how do you feel about the new opportunity?
Good, but not completely good.
What do you mean?
I'm excited about it, but I have mixed feelings about leaving my current team.
That sounds more honest. Now imagine someone asks, "What's wrong?"
My first answer might be nothing.
Even when something is wrong?
Yes, especially when I don't want to share the details.
What could you say instead?
It's personal, and I'm not ready to talk about it yet.
Clear, honest, and still private.
What about a moment when I speak impatiently, and the other person thinks I'm angry with them?
You could say, "That came out harsher than I meant. I'm frustrated with the situation, not with you."
I see the difference. The answers are not much longer, but they help the other person understand what I really mean.
Now choose one of those situations and create your own answer. Use a feeling, a little context, and a need or boundary when it helps.
I want to return to your meeting.
The one that sent my keys into the refrigerator?
Yes. What did you do after you finally found them?
I opened my laptop and wrote a message to the person who had interrupted me.
A calm message?
It was professional, but it was 4 paragraphs long.
4 paragraphs?
I had feelings.
Clearly. Did you send it?
No. I saved it as a draft. The next morning, I read it again and realized I did not need to explain my entire emotional experience. I wrote, "I'd like to finish explaining the idea I mentioned yesterday. Could we discuss it for 10 minutes this afternoon?"
Much clearer.
We talked later that day. The person explained that the meeting had been running late and apologized for interrupting me.
Did you tell them how it affected you?
A few days later, after another meeting, I said, "Thank you for giving me space to finish today. I felt discouraged after our last discussion, so I appreciated the chance to explain the idea properly."
Direct, but not accusing.
Exactly. I named the feeling, connected it to the situation, and recognized what had improved. The experience taught me something. I initially thought my only choices were silence or a big emotional explanation.
But you found a middle option.
Yes, a few honest sentences were enough.
That may be the heart of today's conversation.
You do not need a perfect emotional word or a long speech. You need enough English to help the other person understand where you are.
And you decide how much to share.
Before we finish, think of one feeling you experienced this week.
What happened, and what did you need in that moment?
Create one sentence. For example, "I felt discouraged after the conversation, and I could use some encouragement."
Or, "I have mixed feelings about the change, so I need a little time to think."
Emotional fluency is not about sounding impressive. It is about being clear, honest, and respectful of your own boundaries.
Sarah, how are you feeling now about the meeting?
I feel relieved that I followed up, proud that I spoke again, and slightly embarrassed about the keys.
Mixed feelings.
Definitely mixed feelings.
And what do you need?
I need you to stop telling people about the refrigerator.
I'm not ready to make that promise.
That came out exactly as harshly as you meant it.
Haha, it did.
Before you go, complete this sentence in the comments. When I feel stressed, I usually need.
Try to use one expression from today and share only what feels comfortable.
Subscribe to English Life Channel for more real daily life conversations that help you speak naturally and confidently.
and continue with the next real-life English conversation on your screen.
Keep listening, keep speaking, and remember that one honest sentence is enough to begin.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Goodbye, everyone.